Three tips. Tip one is change what you the words you use to describe yourself. So don't call yourself a chocaholic, because next time you're around Hershey's Kisses, you're probably not going to be able to resist it. Don't say I'm a carbaholic. So if you do that, every time you see something walking down the street that's labeled carb, you're going to want to eat it, and that's not going to get you there. And don't say things like I'm a stress eater. Or I'm an emotional eater. Don't describe yourself that way, because the next time something happens in your life, you're going to want to go and eat crap. And because you feel like you're a stress eater, and that's what I have to do, and that's how you describe yourself. So don't do that. So tip number one, change how you describe yourself. I had a friend who's struggling to lose weight, and she was unhappy with her shape and size. She wanted to drop about 40 pounds. And I said, you got to eat salads every day. And she said, I'm not a salad eater. And I said, that's your first problem. That's your first problem. You got to quit saying I'm not a salad eater. You need to just say I'm a salad eater. So I had her every morning text me message that says, I love salads. I love big ass salads. I love salads. And she did that every morning. And then one day she's like, I've noticed I've had salad 7 days in a row for lunch. And by the end of the month, she was close to her goal. She was very happy, and she was well along her way to getting in shape. So first tip is to change how you describe yourself. That's really important. Second tip. Everyone just always talks about their bad habits, like I just can't resist the afternoon snack or the cookie at the office, or candy or something like that. And they always talk about their bad habit, and you don't realize that a habit is just nothing more than just what you've done repetitively over time. That's all it is. It's like brushing your teeth, Brushing your teeth is just a habit. It's just become I brush my teeth before I go to work every morning, And so what I want you to do is quit focusing on your bad habit, and instead start focusing on your good habits, okay? And this is the reason why. Think of your habits as a muscle. It's just something you've done every single day, right? So if every single day you're used to having a Jello pudding cake at 4, or you're used to having ice cream every night after dinner, that's just become a habit, and that has become set in stone. So you've exercised that muscle. It's kind of like going to the gym every single day. You're going to get bigger muscles. And that's the habit you've chose to exercise. And what I want you to do instead of exercising that habit is to start exercising your good habits. Okay? Start exercising your good habits. Work on your good habit muscles. That's the tip number 2. Work on your good habit muscles. So every time you pick water instead of soda, you're making a good habit choice. All right? So work on your good habit muscles. Every time you sit down at lunch and you decide to order something healthy, that's a good habit. Every time you are, instead of going home from work and you're flopping down on the couch, you decide to go for a walk, that's a good habit muscle you want. And you want to work those muscles, okay? So tip number 2 is think of your habits as muscles that you work, okay? My book, Ultimate Gastric Sleeve Success, which is available on Amazon, I just made it a habit to write on it every single day. There was not a day that went by that I did not do something on it, and that's how I made the book. It was just a habit, and I would not be broken from that habit. So every single day, I either wrote the book or I edited or reread it, and it just became a habit. And you can do the same thing when it comes to your eating. You just decide, every time I go out, I'm just going to order water instead of soda. That's a good habit muscle you're exercising, okay? And you want to focus more on the good habits as opposed to the bad habits. And here's some more good habits. Fruit for breakfast every morning, or a green smoothie for breakfast every morning is a good habit muscle that you want to exercise. Telling your husband that you love him before you leave, that's a good habit muscle. When you get home from work, kissing your husband and saying, baby, how was your day? That's a good habit muscle. Those are things that continually you want to work on. So think of your habits as muscles and exercise them and work the ones that you want to grow, okay? The third tip I'm going to give you, and this one's really important also, and it comes from the world of addiction and alcoholism. A lot of alcoholics, they'll think of themselves as camels. By that they mean a camel starts its day on its knees in prayer, and it goes out throughout the day without drinking, and then it ends its day in prayer. And by that, the alcoholic starts the day with prayer and gratitude, goes throughout that day without drinking, ends his day or her day with prayer and gratitude, okay, on his knees and bowing. So it's the idea that today, just today, I'm not going to have a drink, all right? So this is what you want to do with your food habit. I want my patients to decide, at this meal, lunch today, I'm going to make a good, healthy choice. I'm going to have a big-ass salad at lunch today. Now, I don't know about dinner. Dinner tonight, I might totally screw up. But right now, at this moment, I'm going to make a healthy choice. Okay? That's what you want to do. And then when dinner comes, as surely dinner will, you will still say, at this moment, I'm going to make a healthy choice. So for dinner, then, you end up making another healthy choice. I don't know about breakfast. Breakfast might come, and I might want pancakes, and I might want, donuts and that sort of stuff. But at this moment, I'm going to make a healthy choice. So when breakfast comes, as it surely will, you decide, at this moment, I'm going to make a healthy choice. And you keep doing that, and that's how you build good habits. And when you do that, every time you're consciously making the choice, I'm consciously making the choice, that is how you exercise your good habit muscles. You see how I connected that? That's how you exercise your good habit muscles. Okay? You just at that moment decide. So every time you push away something bad, like a second bite of cake, that's exercising good habit muscles. That's being conscious in the moment. I'm only going to have one bite of cake. And that's what you do. And it's the same thing for alcohol. I don't know why I can sit down and have dinner and have a glass of wine and be okay, but alcoholics can't. They cannot have it at dinner. They can't have it in their food. That's their own body and that's their own addiction. So, for me at that time, I just decide, I'm going to have make a healthy choice. So again, those are your 3 habits. First, change how you describe your stuff. Stop saying I'm a stress eater. Stop saying I'm an emotional eater. Stop saying I'm a chocaholic. Stop giving all your power away to these inanimate food things that have no control. I mean, it just doesn't. As far as we know, we are the most highly evolved creatures on this planet, and we somehow can't control ourselves around a chocolate chip cookie. And I think that's ridiculous. It's just not possible. Okay, so don't stop describing yourself by those sort of terms. Describe yourself in ways that you want to be. I'm loving. I'm powerful. I'm strong. I'm energetic. I'm ready to take on some shit. I mean, just really grab it and do it. Live big, dream large. Describe yourself in big ways, okay? That's tip number 1. Tip number 2 was stop focusing on your bad habits. Start focusing on your good habits. Think of your habits as exercise, like a muscle you want to train. So you want to build your good habit muscles. Build your good habit muscles, and you build your good habit muscles by tip number 3, which is in that moment you decide to make that proper food choice. You decide, for right now, I am going to choose the healthy stuff. And that's how you build your good habit muscles. And that happens for every area of your life, financially, relationship, professionally, as well as food, addictions. You just be conscious in the moment, okay? Those are my 3 tips for breaking any bad habits. I'm Dr. Duck Vuong. I'm the author of The Ultimate Gastric Sleeve Success. I'm a bariatric surgeon. I'm director of Loveless Bariatrics in Albuquerque, New Mexico. That's my little talk. I'm open to